Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. In this episode, we'll be discussing the new PTA flick, joint, whatever you want to call it. It's been in theaters for a while, and I was able to see it twice, but I wanted to talk about it on this channel, regardless of how late it is. I'm talking about One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, written and directed by P.T. Anderson. Let's go. So I'm no stranger to PTA's filmography. I love a lot of it, and I like some of it too. Part 8, great fucking debut from him. Boogie Nights, fucking banger. Magnolia, fucking banger. Punch Drunk Love, mwah. There Will Be Blood, probably his best work, I would say. The Master, another great one. Inherent Vice, some people don't like it. I kind of like it. Definitely is convoluted, but it is a great fun time. And Phantom Thread, I loved it. Great performance, powerhouse performance by Daniel Day-Lewis, as well as There Will Be Blood, as well as Licorice Pizza, his last film, a great coming-of-age story. So, I love PTA. His stuff is great. He can do no wrong, in my opinion. Even though I don't really spiritually or emotionally connect with all of his films on a high level, some more than others. I would say Magnolia is my favorite of his, but I would say There Will Be Blood is also his best work. So, take that from what you will. But I love PTA. I think he's a great filmmaker, auteur, master of his craft and whatnot. And I was excited to kind of go into this. And I had some reservations for One Battle After Another. The trailer didn't really grab me as much as I wanted it to. I can see how and why they crafted and constructed the trailer the way they did, but it definitely undersells the film, in my opinion. So One Battle After Another follows the lives of these ex-revolutionaries, mainly from Leonardo DiCaprio's point of view. It's constructed in a prologue of how they got together, how they banded together, and how they ultimately fell apart. So the film picks up about 16 or so years later, after the aftermath and destruction, or the unraveling of the French 75, the group of revolutionaries. Follows Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays Bob. He has a daughter. They're living in hiding. He's a stoner alcoholic, paranoid, delusional man who's always looking over his shoulder and knowing that a threat is coming, even though his daughter is unamused by that prospect of her life. And that's what the heart of One Battle After Another. It's about a father who loses track of his daughter, trying to find her and reunite with her again. Basically is the heart of it. And all while this is going on, there's a threat from Colonel Lockjaw, played by Sean Penn brilliantly. So when Sean Penn's Colonel Lockjaw resurfaces, it's up to Bob to try to do everything he can to protect his daughter from him, knowing that he's going after him and his daughter, and he'll go under any means necessary to retrieve them. One Battle After Another, I was aware of the hype. I was aware that a lot of people were talking this up on film Twitter and everything, and to me, I really wanted to go in with curbed expectations. I wanted to curb my expectations. I wanted to curb my enjoyment of it. I didn't want to go in overhyped to ultimately be disappointed, and I gotta say, I was not disappointed at all. I thought this film exceeded my expectations, exceeded all the hype that I went into, knowing that people were going crazy over this film, and rightfully so. This is a beautifully magnificent, put together piece of cinema. It is a miracle of cinema, I would say. One Battle After Another is just pure adrenaline, pure wackiness, pure comedy, and very heartfelt at the same time. And it's really hard to kind of put those genres, kind of mix them together, but Paul Thomas Anderson succeeded beyond what I thought he could do. This is really his magnum opus. A lot of his films are character studies, and this is no different. This is kind of a larger, vast character study of a lot of different characters, kind of pinpointed throughout different moments in the timeline of the film. And it was just so astonishing, every minute of it. I was glued to my seat. My eyes were glued to the screen, and I had to see it twice, just because I wanted to make sure that what I was seeing, what I was feeling, was actually, genuine. Before I came on here and talked about it, and I gotta say, I completely adore this film. Will it be my film of the year? I'm not sure, but it definitely will be up there, and it's definitely one that I would want to see again and again. The runtime is pretty massive, not quite 3 hours, but definitely more than 2.5 hours. But it just rolled by. The whole thing just flowed through the runtime. The pacing is perfect. Everything was just sharp and witty and edgy and just magnificent. The whole cast is just amazing. Chase Infiniti, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, and of course Leonardo DiCaprio. And say what you want about Leo, he definitely shines and he definitely brings it. You know, his most quippy and funny and insane A game to this entire film. He definitely carries a lot of it, but so does Chase Infiniti, and so does Teyana Taylor, and so does Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn. You know, this is definitely a culmination of everything PTA has done, in my opinion. Definitely has feelings of his earlier work, like Boogie Nights and Magnolia, with that kind of Kubrickian influence, but making it all his own, like what he did with The Master and There Will Be Blood, kind of all rolled into one. And, you know, this is something that he was trying to make for 20 years, and he just couldn't get the budget for it for whatever reasons. And finally, he was able to reach this insanely huge budget for this insanely huge epic of a film, and I applaud him for reaching that goal, that status of making this such a sprawling epic that, you know, cannot be ignored, that cannot be denied by anyone, even if they connect to the material or not. You cannot deny the filmmaking here. It is just it's just beautiful. And there's not really like a standout performance. I mean, there are standout performances, but, you know, none stands out more than the other. I think everyone is really just bringing their fucking A games all around. I was really impressed by Chase Infiniti as Willa. Her chemistry with Leonardo DiCaprio was just amazing. Sean Penn is this gratuitously and cartoonishly evil in the best way possible, but not in a way that's like funny or one-dimensional. He has secrets that he wants to hide from this group that he's joining that are very white supremacists and very just, you know, want everything to be pure and things like that, if you get what I'm saying. Everything about this was just so nonstop, so in your face, so just completely unapologetic for its politics or what it's trying to do, but not like having the politics overtake the plot or the story or the characters, which is something I was a little concerned with. I thought it'd be a little too heady, a little too filled with political advances, I guess, to lack of a better term. But really, it's at the heart of it, like I said, it's about a man and his daughter and what he'll do to protect her. And the lengths that he goes to are just amazing, epic, and hilarious. It's really hard to blend all those tones together, and PTA did it, you know, magnificently. And he once again combines his musical forces with Johnny Greenwood, who does not disappoint either. Collaborated with since There Will Be Blood, I believe. He brings a lot of raw piano sounds, sometimes verging on sounding like the Wizard of Oz soundtrack, the Wicked Witch theme, verging on it, but not completely going there. But it just reminded me of the Wizard of Oz.
Guess this is the end of the line, huh? Not for you. Ocean waves, ocean waves.
But yeah, of all the performances, all this great cinematography, all the production design, just the vastness, epic that this film brings, all of it was just simply amazing. There were a few twists and turns that I kind of saw coming that I found a little bit predictable. I was kind of afraid they were going to go there. I didn't really want them to go there. But when they went there, it wasn't like the worst thing ever. It wasn't like a big deal or anything. It just was a little bit underwhelming on my first watch. After seeing it a second time, I completely embraced it. I think this is just a new bona fide classic if I ever saw one, and we're witnessing a new bona fide classic. It kind of sucks because, you know, a lot of people know of this film, but they're not going to see this film, and, you know, everyone's all about box office numbers these days. I could give two shits about box office numbers or Rotten Tomato meter scores or whatever, and it's just a shame because I think this film should be seen all around, and I would not be surprised if it won Best Picture. It's just that good. But of all the characters characters and all the interactions are so great, but I gotta say, the most fun I had was with Leonardo DiCaprio playing Bob and Benicio del Toro as the sensei. Their little back and forths, their travels together, him helping Bob, try to find his daughter and helping him get out of different sticky situations and things like that, was just completely hilarious and just all encompassing, just amazing. It is just my favorite part of the whole thing. But all in all, One Battle After Another is just such a miracle to cinema for me. I think more films like this should get made, not just Hollywood. These are the types of films that should get the big budgets, not the comic book movies, which is kind of a dying horse right now. Just everything was completely awe-inspiring. I'm inspired by seeing it as someone who aspires to get into filmmaking and things like that. I was definitely just captivated by the whole thing. With a little underwhelming moments here and there. If I was going to nitpick, some of the twists were predictable, but nothing that would took away from the glory of this film and the epicness of this film. I feel like I'm just saying epic, but that's what it is. It is a very epic, fucking huge film that you have to fucking see right now. That's why I want to give One Battle After Another 4.5 stars. It's completely captivating and mind-blowing, and everything about it was just so beautiful. What are you waiting for? Check it out. I hope this does well. I hope it gets all the nominations and all the awards as it deserves, because this is truly something. And PTA has once again brought a sprawling masterpiece. Save some for the rest of us, PTA. You can't make all the masterpieces, but no, I'm just, whatever. But yeah, those are my elongated, convoluted thoughts of One Battle After Another. Now, what did you think of One Battle After Another? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you give it? What would you, how would you rank in PTA's filmography? It's definitely in my top 4, maybe at number 4. With this, Magnolia, There Will Be Blood, and probably Punch Drunk Love. I would probably put it in those 4. For me, it is that good. I had to see it twice just to, come to that realization, but it was definitely worth seeing the second time. So anyways, that's going to be it. Please like and subscribe if you be so kind. My name is George Ray. Please remember to keep calm, keep cool, keep chill, embrace great cinema, embrace One Battle After Another. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, peace out.